Hey guys, it's me once again, your boy One Broke Negro, back with a movie review. A few nights ago, I saw the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, on opening night. And I went into this movie trying to just say, you know, I'm just going to watch it, I'm just going to enjoy this movie, I'm going to do a review on it, but I'm not going to try to compare it to any of these other movies or anything like that. And then as I was doing that, I thought to myself, wait, I have to compare it because it's a reboot. It's a reboot. They're redoing everything. So they have to not do the mistakes of the previous movies. And they have to do more stuff for the new movie. So I am going to compare this to the older movies. And the CGI movie that came out in like 2008, 2009 or whatever. And the ones that came out from the 90s. Because there's a lot of different Turtles canon, depending on how you grew up. There's the comic book, the original. There's the 80s/90s cartoon. It was funny. There's the reboot animated series in like the middle 2000s, and now there's their new series on Nickelodeon. There's some other stuff too, but I'm not going into all that. Oh yes, and there will be spoilers. Not many spoilers. I'm just going to spoil the plot, the main bad guy plot. But you know, spoiler alert. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. First, let's talk about. Alright. First, let's talk about April O'Neil, because that's the first character we're really introduced to. Megan Fox, hot as always. They take the classic April O'Neil, not the antique collector April O'Neil. She's a TV reporter, tired of lame stories, wants to get into serious reporting. But the way the movie portrays her, they want her to be smart, but Megan Fox doesn't sound smart. She doesn't sound intelligent enough to pull off the role of April O'Neil in the way that the movie wants her to be. She just still sounds dumb and kind of clueless a lot of times. And I was like, that was a problem I had. Will Arnett's character, I don't really know too much about him. I forgot his name already. He was okay. He was just kind of there. Didn't really do much. Didn't really add or subtract from the story. They advertised Whoopi Goldberg in the trailers, but she's only in like 30 seconds total of screen time. I thought she was going to be one of them, like, oh, sweet, Whoopi Goldberg's in this film. Spoiler alert, she's only in like maybe a minute, maybe 60 seconds of airtime. You might get Whoopi Goldberg, but that's about it. So the story doesn't really revolve around the Turtles as much as it revolves around Megan Fox, as it revolves around April O'Neil. In this iteration of the Turtles, this is a problem I had. There's no Amato Yoshi, Master Splinter's master, or depending on one universe, Master Splinter becoming the Amato Yoshi rat, whatever. There's no teacher of Splinter of the ways of Kung Fu. In this origin story, they're all lab rats, or they're all lab test animals. The Turtles and Splinter himself are all tested in the same lab for the mutagen, the TGRI ooze. There's a fire in the lab, and the Turtles and Splinter survive, without spoiling too much. But there's no Amato Yoshi that teaches Splinter Kung Fu, or that he learns it from. No, he picks up a book in the sewer because he can read from the mutagen ooze, and teaches himself Kung Fu. And then he teaches the Turtles ninjutsu and Kung Fu. And there's a little montage of them training. Now this is the problem I have with that. Because in the trailers, and just from previous Turtles lore period, you know that the Splinter and Shredder are connected. They're always connected. They're the rivals. It's not the Turtles versus Shredder. It's Splinter versus Shredder. But there's no connection between Splinter and the Shredder at all. At all. In this movie. Now, I found out later that there were some reshoots and they changed some things before the movie was released. Like, after, you know, filming, they changed some things and went back and reshot some stuff. Which makes me think that William Fichtner, Eric Sachs, the guy that plays him, was supposed to be Shredder. And he was, but then they changed it and added Orokusaki later on. But you don't see Orokusaki's face. Orokusaki himself maybe has 5 minutes of airtime, of screen time, And then the rest of the time he's in the Shredder outfit, which he didn't need. It just looked badass. Shredder looked pretty badass, not gonna lie. So, this movie. So in this universe, there is no connection between Splinter and Shredder. So the fight scene between those two didn't really have as much like. As a fanboy, I was like, yes, but I'm like, wait a second, why is he fighting Shredder? There's no reason he could be fighting anybody. So that happened, and I'm sure you saw from the trailers the turtles get kidnapped, except for Raph. He goes and saves them. Spoiler alert, he saves them, and then there's a scene, the snow chase scene after he saves them from the place. That's where that scene happened. That shouldn't spoil too much. Now, the turtles' design, I didn't mind as much. I actually thought they were kind of cool. I like the idea of bigger, stronger turtles, but that kind of takes away from them being ninjas, because there were a few scenes where they were kind of like quiet, but for the most part they're actually kind of clunky, which someone said, oh yeah, they're supposed to be like real teenagers in this movie, so they're still not fully trained yet. But I don't know, I thought I was expecting more ninjutsu, but in the cartoon they really weren't ninjas either, but whatever. They were halfway ninjas. So the turtles are bigger. They're bigger than April. The main turtle would kind of have to be Raph, because they don't really develop anyone else's character that much, except for maybe Mikey. And Mikey's just like your typical horny teenager in this film. Leonardo is the leader, but he doesn't display the leadership qualities like he does in the cartoons or in the comic book. So Raph just being mad at Leo doesn't really have much bearing unless you know from the Turtles universe, but since this is a reboot, they would have had to explain that again, which they didn't do. Like the movie, even though it's supposed to be a reboot and they're redoing the whole story, already assumes that you know each character trait of the 4 turtles, who's who and what their defined role is, and the backstory. Why Raph is always in constant contest with Leo, why Donatello is the nerdy one, and why Mikey is the prankster and the funny one. Like, even though it expects you to just know that. So, for a movie that's actually aimed at kids, from the Nickelodeon series that's on now, this movie doesn't deliver on that. Like, I don't know. If I had no idea of the Turtles movie, if I had no idea of previous Turtles franchises, this movie still wouldn't have been as good, because they don't explain anything. It just kind of just leaves you to believe and think there are so many plot holes and things that just don't make sense. Why people are fighting each other for no reason. The Foot Clan has guns instead of swords. They're not even ninjas. Why would they even call themselves a clan? Just thugs with guns. It doesn't make any sense. And why the Shredder is in the movie in the first place makes no sense. Oh, here's a spoiler. If you don't want to hear the plot, like the main plot of this movie, don't watch this part. There is a poisonous gas in the city of New York that is going to be released, and the turtles have to stop the poisonous gas from being released. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but that's the plot. It's oh no, they're going to mutate and kill everybody, we have to stop them. That's it. And then they talk about how Splinter raises them to protect the city, but they've never once been out except for the fight the Foot Clan. Like, why are they fighting the Foot Clan? Like, why? They don't explain that. They don't explain anything. But the movie was just kind of frustrating. I thought they could have did a much better job. Did I enjoy the movie? Yes. The action was really good. The fight scenes were fun. Shredder was badass, period. But from a Turtles fan, judging it based on previous stuff, they just didn't have any like solid reasoning. Things just kind of happen. There's a thing in a movie called pacing in film and in storytelling, where you have certain key plot points that happen in sequential order and a reasoning for them to happen. This happens, so this has to happen next, and so on and so forth. But that didn't happen. So it was like, why are they fighting? Why are they doing this? Why is April here? Why is she here now? How is it? It's kind of a mess. Would I recommend seeing this movie? If you like the Turtles, I recommend waiting until it comes out on DVD, or get a bootleg, or until it goes to the dollar show. Don't spend your $10 on this movie. They could have done a much better job. I just feel like they, out of all the source material they had to pull from, even if it was a reboot, they're already making another movie. I saw it today. I'm late on recording this, but I saw it today. They already announced that they're making a sequel. It's like, damn. And that was going to be the #1 movie in the world. Maybe not in the world, but the #1 movie this weekend. Because Guardians of the Galaxy came out last weekend, but still, it's just like, come on. I'm so sick of seeing reboots and prequels and sequels to stuff that already exists, rehashing. Just make up something new. Like, they're making another Power Rangers movie. I'm still gonna go see it because I love Power Rangers, but they're making another Power Rangers movie if they're gonna reboot the Power Rangers. It's like, come on, come with something different. But that's just my opinion. I've ranted long enough about this movie. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. You could have been watching any movie review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you instead decided to watch mine. I do appreciate that. I'm gonna try to get back into doing these, but I don't know. Movies, there aren't any movies I really want to see. I still gotta see Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm late on that one. Oh well. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel already. Hit the like button. It actually does help me out a lot. It helps spread the word. And leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the movie. And let me know about any other movies that you think I should go see or review. I'll be more than happy to look into it. Take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.